right, so here's what we're going to do. You guys answered a question. What is one question you would like to ask a panel of business leaders? And we compiled those, and we're going to answer those for you this morning. What did you do your first year after school to launch yourself into your career?
So that's a good question. My education, as a lot of you guys know, was not traditional. So I'm going to give you what I did versus what I think you should do. How about that? What I did was I just started working as hard as I could, as much as I could, full time. Looking back, what I wish I would have done is understand the power of two concepts. The first one is networking. Get to know who the influencers are at the company you're working at. So who are the people that the boss looks to? Who are the people who've been there and have been successful? And start to develop a relationship with them. Ask them, can we have coffee? And ask them things like, how can I best be successful in this job? So that's the first tip. The second tip is never burn a bridge. From the first time you walk in there, make sure that you never talk about anybody. Make sure that you are kind to everyone, from the top position to the folks who actually, clean the restrooms and who work hard to support the entire organization. All of those people are feeding into your career in one way or another. So that's what I would recommend.
I would totally agree with Professor here. I mean, one of the things that you really got to look at is it's really hard. We tell you to work hard, work hard, work hard, and that is good. We do need to work hard, but work smart as well, right? So you want to be able to work smart, understand who are those mentors. A lot of times in life as well, and I even to this day still have a mentor that I look to. Having a mentor that's going to be that person who's going to just feed into you and guide you and direct you. They may not be your supervisor, and it may not be a formal relationship. So it may not be something that if I wanted to go to Professor Gates and say, I want you to be my mentor, it could be a very positive in a formal arrangement, or it could be informal, meaning that I could just watch her, right? There may be somebody in your life that you just watch and you just emulate, right? Those are the things that you want to look to. So finding a good mentor on top of somebody who can kind of really walk you through that and kind of show you the ropes of the organization and share with you the things that they really don't share in the handout or in the handbook. So you definitely want to know those people.
But the key that I would suggest to you would be to maybe think about starting small. You might have these grand plans, but you might not have the funds to implement those grand plans now. So you might have to start small. You might have to start out of your dorm room. But let's say not everything lends itself to doing something part-time, or maybe while you're still working, keeping another job and working and starting something on the side. It might be something that you have to go kind of like full-time on. Well, then you have to see about where can I find the money. Sometimes it's people who believe in you, friends and family. But then you might have to just look and say, but you have to look at it also, not just for the people that are believing in you, but then what are they going to be able to get out from it? You can't just always expect somebody else to provide your funding and take all the risk without reaping some of the benefits as well. So it might be something you have to bring them in as an equity partner or part owner. So those are some things that I would suggest to you.
Helping students understand the future of business, there's always business trends going on. What's the most important change happening in industry today?
Wow, that's a great question. And with every business and with every industry, every discipline that's out there, there are massive changes going on, whether they're regulation changes, the impact of technology. There's so many things going on. So if I could say what is the one thing, I would definitely say technology. It has grown by leaps and bounds, and you've got to stay up with what's going on, because if you're not, then you're staying behind, and you will become behind. So I would say technology, but not just being able to know and grasp and take a hold of technology, but also understanding how technology will inhibit you as well. Technology can also be a great distractor. How many times do you talk to someone and you're having an in-depth conversation, all of a sudden they pick up their phone or they're disconnecting or they're back into their laptop, right? It really makes an effect. Same thing happens in a business space. When you are talking to a colleague, a boss, and you pick up your phone and you start texting or you start getting involved or distracting from the things that are going on, they will take effect to that, right? There will be an effect in your work environment with that because they feel like you're disengaged. So understand where technology can really add value to what you're doing, but also understand where it can take away or distract you as well.
How did you handle leading at a young age and training individuals who were older than you and had been in business longer than you?
And that's a good question. It was actually a challenge. I started really young as a manager, and I had people that were